What's keeping that idiot? Dominion troops have been spotted in this area. Steer clear if you've a mind to keep your head. Servild Steelwind, deputy to the Vice Canon Hrondar. My son and I were sent to this festering sewer on a mission of vital importance to the Pact. A number of Argonian relics are scattered throughout this swamp. I've been told that they're powerful enough to turn the tide of the war in our favor. I was skeptical, but the Dominion presence here seems to confirm it. We need to get to them first. They don't look like much. Little Argonian carvings. I have no idea why they're so important. You'll find them inside 4 reliquaries, near the stone altars in the swamp. My son and I were delayed on the road. A Pact scout should be here any minute to take the relics back to Stormhold. If I'm not here, he'll raise an alarm that would wake dead Isgramor. I sent my boy to get them, but he's worthless. Norland. Boy couldn't find his own arse with a clairvoyance spell. Takes after his whoring mother. Enough talk. When you find the relics, bring them here.
Old Mary Grandeur! Back! Now!
What are you doing? Are you insane? Don't you know what taking those relics will do to the Dreg? What? Our orders were to protect the reliquaries. Removing the relics is the worst thing you could do. This is a disaster! Removing the relics will enrage the Dreg. The Tree Minders will lose control over them. It's not that simple. There's a whole ritual to perform. The Tree Minders must first calm the Dreg, and then return the relics to their containers. But my father knows this. He knows the relics can't be disturbed. This is madness! We must warn the Tree Minders. Take the relics to Tree Minder Ralital. Her camp is near the ruins. She'll know what to do. I'll go back to the camp and speak to my father. There must be a logical explanation for this. My father wasn't at our camp. Wait, where are Tree Minder Ralital and the others? A Tree Minder never leaves a fire untended. Even if Tree Minder Ralital was called away, one of the other Tree Minders should have stayed to tend the fire. My father would sooner lose an arm than disobey orders. I smell treachery. I'll wager this is some twisted Dominion plot. Give the relics to me. You've done enough damage for one day. Forgive me. I've no right to blame you. You were only following my father's orders. You can trust me. The relics will be safe with me until we locate Tree Minder Ralital and the others. The Dreg may have taken them. They've been driven insane with bloodlust. Dreg buried their captured prey alive, in piles of hardened mud. We must find them before they suffocate. We should separate to cover more ground. If you find them, bring them back to this camp. Make haste! Every moment puts them closer to death!
Right at last. Not safe here. Come, my camp is at the ruins.
The Dark Elf Saint Veloth. His spirit apparently lingers at his shrine. I find that rather disturbing.
As mud as my mother. Njorlin breathes no more. Sithis has called him back to chaos. Look at the blade. That's Servild's weapon. What could drive a father to such madness that he would murder his own hatchling? Then Servild has betrayed us all. Perhaps he has been taken by some madness. Or perhaps he is in league with our enemies. Balance must be restored. Where are the relics now? Yet here is his body, and the relics are nowhere to be found. If Servild was an agent of the Dominion, the relics could already be in our enemies' hands. In time, they will discover how to use them to control the Dreg. The Dominion camp at Bog's Edge. I'm no warrior, but there is something I can do. A ritual that might serve as a diversion. I'll need something from their camp. Something laden with their scent. Can you do this? When you have the item, bring it to the reliquary within these ruins. I'll prepare myself for the ritual and meet you there. Raise the Hist. You return safely. You have something with our enemy's scent? Place the bedding in the reliquary. My ritual will plant the seed of the Dominion's destruction in the minds of the Dreg. The prey's scent is placed into a sacred vessel to attract the nearest predator. This ritual will turn the Dreg on the dry-skinned fools who seek to enslave them. A powerful enchantment forms a link between their bearer and the Dreg Queen. When placed in the reliquaries and blessed, they have a calming effect upon her workers. These relics are sacred to my people. Using them as weapons is blasphemy. The Dominion must be stopped before they learn the secrets of the relics, and Servild must pay for Njorlin's murder. Let us begin. Place the item on the reliquary. The seed is planted. The Dreg are frenzied by the Dominion scent. Servild must be stopped, and the relics returned. The wind tells me that they are near Mudshallow Cave in the Dominion camp. Make haste. You have nothing to fear. Your smell will be sun-blessed to their senses, and the Dominion dryskins will smell like prey, the most delicious freshwater trout. Go quickly, before Sayerveld flees with the relics.
Live to tell this tale.
The winds have changed. The storm clouds part. You have the relics, yes? I can sense them. Zuth, I have heard of such things, but didn't think the Dominion capable of such a horrific act. Skin stealers. And yet, the spirits of Njorland and Sayerveld rejoin the One, and their empty shells nourish the roots of the tree. Many thanks to you. I must return the relics to their rightful places, and quickly!
just in time. We've got a mess on our hands. Worse than after a dog eats a cheese wheel. The Dominion ambushed us. I'd be ashamed to call it a rout if I wasn't considering how in oblivion they knew. At least we've learned where they are, even if it's butcher's work to get them out of that place. Our attack was a disaster. The other vice cannons agreed to keep our forces together. Should have known they'd peel off the moment I turned my back. If they weren't keeping Stormhold from tearing itself apart, I'd let them boil in a fish kettle. That's the mess. If they're smart, they retreated to a defensible position. My scouts here spotted a cave in the ruins. Before I return to my regiment and order an assault, I need someone to break through enemy lines and confirm they're alive. The cave's smack in the middle of Tenmal Walk. The Dominions locked it tighter than a High Elf's fundament. Might have to knock a few heads to get past them. We each think the other vice cannons are incompetent. Ha! No, it's politics, plain and simple. The one who stays behind looks out of touch, so off we came to the muck. Politics be damned. Next time we draw straws for staying dry and Stormhold. When the Dominion ambushed us, they made a deliberate effort to split our forces. If Hetamin and Servina have any sense on the battlefield, they'd recognize that and stay together. Why does anyone invade anywhere? Those pristine towers of theirs must get boring. Maybe a good brawl in the mud beats chasing their cousins for kisses. Truth is, I don't care why. I care to get them out.
Well?
The ruins crawl with Dominion. Watch yourself out there.
How did you find us? Unless you're a skin stealer. Keep your hands empty, if you please. But you don't stink of death. You're likely what you seem. What remains for you to share is why you came here. Still with us, is he? That man is luckier than a Khajiit in an abandoned fishery. What does Rondar want? If it's for me to say he was right about sticking together, he can drown himself in a bog. We don't need rescuing. We need Rondar to recognize we're bait in another Dominion trap. Tell him I won't allow such wasteful theatrics on our behalf. If you find Vice Canon Rondar's regiment, you'll find him. Tell him to call off his attack before the Dominion picks him apart. He shouldn't throw away his soldiers for what little remains of our forces. If Vice Canon Rondar sends for reinforcements, he'll gain enough soldiers to clear these Dominion muckworms from the ruins. We can manage until then. It's a good place to fight with our tails to the wall.
Vice Canon Hetamin says you're no skin stealer. Please forgive my manners before.
You aren't like the others. You should keep your own face. It suits you better.
They came from underground. I saw them drag the others away. We prepared to assault the cave when the soldier beside me stabbed me in the back. When I fell, I saw my own regiment attack itself. Those skin stealers wore our friends' faces to betray us from within. Do you think that they have my face now? I saw them take Ukatse alive, knocked him out, dragged him away to that altar like a piece of meat. Don't let them steal his face.
What madness. Soldiers died thinking our own ranks betrayed us. I'd like to feed those skin stealers to a Wamasu with the flux. I saw Vice Canon Rondar's guard lead him away before the attack. If his guard was skin stealers, he's in grave danger. I'm not just the best-looking scout in Shadowfen. I'm also the best tracker. I can pick up Vice Canon Rondar's scent and lead us right to him. I'll need someone to watch my back while I follow my nose. We should work in pairs with skin stealers about, yes? I heard a pine thrush call, but those birds aren't native to Black Marsh. Then I saw my friend raise her mace and bring it down on my helmet. But now I know their smell. Sweet with decay, like swamp water. A lingering taste of burnt leaves. I'm not just the best-looking scout in Shadowfen. I'm also the best tracker. I can pick... Then I'll shadow you and alert you when I pick up Vice Canon Rondar's scent. Ready when you're ready? wrong. He smells very dead. If the Vice Cannon was dead this whole time, was it a skin stealer who launched the attack on the cave? Or before that, when we lost the other Vice Cannons? Vice Cannon Rondar always smelled of mead. I didn't. I should have. Zeus! What secrets do the Dominion already know? You're right. They'll know what to do. They have to. Despite his rough manner, Vice Cannon Rondar was a hero to many in Stormhold. When this is all over, you'll have a fitting burial. This impostor must be found before he can fool anyone else. But I think I know where he's hiding. Vice Cannon Rondar ordered us to stay away from a nearby hill. If it was his skin stealer, he must have held us back for a reason. I bet he's hiding below the hill's surface. The buried temple complex must have an entrance there. A doorway, maybe stairs, or a portal of some kind. I'd join you, but I'm no use in tight quarters. I'll inform the Vice Cannons of what happened, yes.
Come to me, mortal. This is the way in. Curious. You dabble in their spells and break into their outpost. Oh, how he misjudged you. How grand. Yes, you marvelous fool. I allowed them to pull me from oblivion, bind my essence, and siphon my power because I'm secretly behind their shabby little plans. Oh, but you don't know about those, do you? You've heard of Ruvatar, the celebrated Dominion alchemist. It's all his doing, you know. I'll tell you his plans for your impending doom. For a small favor, of course. You must find the pair of altars binding me, further inside the complex. Do so, and I pledge to share the Dominion's plans and direct you to their most prized possession. Also, I pledge not to violate your corpse on your burial day. A true bargain. Within each altar you'll find simple foci. A mortal's touch destroys them and removes my bonds. Then all I offer is yours.
What are you doing? Hide before the Dominion spots you. You fight the Dominion. You haven't tried to cut off my head yet. You aren't here to worship Daedra, then. So what in Oblivion are you doing in a Daedric temple overrun by Dominion skin stealers? Fair point, fair point. All right, I won't deny it. Friends and I came looking for Daedric tidbits to sell to mages. Then those Dominion soldiers came. They were thick on the ground until today. I was about to make a break for it when I saw you.
Caught, one by one. I'm the only one alive. Well, alive and wearing my own skin. Hey, let's help each other escape. You draw their attention and I'll slip past them. What do you say? You, what now? Look, some Dominion mogul came through here a while back. Ruvatar, they called him. He's the one who bound her Dremora and forced her to steal faces off the dead. You want to stop him? You must have been the only egg in your clutch. Smart idea, dealing with Daedra. Before the Dominion came, she promised my friend the night of his life for a drop of his blood. I guess being flayed alive counts as the night of his life. She wore his scales like a robe. Seems trustworthy, yes? Maybe. I spent many cramped nights listening to Ruvatar, the High Elf in charge of this place. I'm sure I could piece it together. But my friends don't deserve to be trapped in glowing rocks. Free them, and I'll help you. A good deal, yes? Trust me, it's for the best. I'll make my way to the inner chamber, where Ruvatar spent most of his time. Try not to attract the Dremora's attention while you're about. She's a vengeful creature. The Dominion captured their souls in strange rocks. They're on platforms, and they glow like rutting Wamasu. Ruvatar complained the rocks were very fragile. I bet smashing them would release my friends. Good thing you didn't release the Dremora. We'd both be ribbons in her hair. Behind her, there's a door to what Ruvatar called the Vault. They have hissed sap in there, stored in giant vats. It's part of their skin-stealing magic. The real question is, where'd they get so much? Wait, I don't want to know. Whatever they did to the hissed sap turned it flammable. Once we enter the Vault, set those vats on fire to end this nightmare. That's the easy part. I heard Ruvatar mutter the words 100 times. Maybe you can get something useful out of that Dremora before she realizes you double-crossed her. If you keep her busy, I'll open the door.
You're no fool to withhold your trust. Commendable, truly. But you'll go no further without my help. Destroy these bindings and free me. Your reticence is infuriatingly enticing. Very well. Ruvitar used hist sap and my stolen essence to create his skin stealers. The hist sap is what steals the victim's memories. It's all to acquire the Nemic egg. With it, he has all of Black Marsh. My patience grows thinner than you'll be after I fit you with a scathing girdle. Fail to uphold this bargain and I'll instruct you in pains of which you've never conceived, mortal. Wait, what is that swamp rat doing to the vault door? Then gaze upon your doom. Ruvitar and his prize.
Doors open. The Dremora didn't pull our stomachs through our nostrils. I call that success. The hist vats are further down the passage. You set them on fire. I'll stick to the shadows and find signs of where Ruvitar went, yes?
Ends here. Anyone could be us. You'll never find the orc.
Follow me. The exit is this way. You stopped the skin stealers in Ten Marwalk. I can go home. Yes, yes. I heard him complain this ruin didn't hold everything he needed. He left to find a place of power where he could use his special egg. What did he call it again? Yes, that's the one. Here, this portal leads beyond the ruins. I'll stay here and see about freeing any prisoners stuck inside. And if you're planning to inform the Vice Canons of Ruvitar, perhaps leave me out of your report, yes? Yes. Did that work?
Don't think
I'm gonna make it. What is to become of me?
Ukatse informed us you had entered the ruins to pursue Vice Canon Rondar's imposter. Whatever you did in the ruins caused a lot of panic amongst the Dominion. We chose our moment and pushed out of the cave. Vice Canon Hatamine was wounded in the process, but she'll survive. Yes, but Vice Canon Rondar's death weighs heavily on Hatamine. She says she should have known. Poor thing. We were all fooled. But enough of our troubles. Did you stop his imposter? Once she's recovered, Vice Canon Hatamine will no doubt celebrate your accomplishment. But this artifact you mentioned, the Nemic Egg, do you know anything of its whereabouts? A Dominion general, perhaps, whoever he is, will stop his march through Shadowfen. I'll appoint Ukatse to lead the scouts in our search for Ruvatar. I swear to you, he'll account for the Dominion's terror. This Nemic Egg is unknown to me. If it originated in Shadowfen, perhaps an Argonian would know more. I had someone else in mind. Argonian keepers know the history and legends of their lands. I'm positive one of the keepers at the hatching pools could tell us of the Nemic Egg. Vice Canon Hatamine and I must rally the remnants of Stormhold's forces to the hatching pools. If the Skin Stealers took Vice Canon Rondar, they'll know what he knew. Rendezvous with our forces at the hatching pools. We must learn what the Dominion plans for the Nemic Egg.